Alright, it's a little windy out here and I'd like to see it, but I'm going to show this video. This is a Deus 2. I may show the Manticore on the same exact setup, okay? Deep high conductors to program, boys and girls. Disc is at 6.8. I'm at 93 sensitivity. I have noise canceled this machine. There's a clad dime right there. And between those two boards, there's a piece of fall. Now, there has been some talk about using the old notch on this machine, but I want to show you something here, okay? Now, I'm in 5 tones, okay? Reactivity is at 2. Back in here, I'm going to take the notch out of this machine, okay? Notch is off. Alright, now what I said, I'm in 5 tones. Okay, tone break for the 5th tone is 72, and I went in here and I maxed out the pitch setting. Okay, tone 5's at 993 kilohertz. Alright, I'm going to let you listen to this. You hear that? I'll open this screen up here. Now, I don't have the ID blowed up. You clearly hear that high tone on that dime. Okay, now watch this. I'm going in here. Well, before I do, I'm going to sweep over this fall right here. That fall likes to read about 23. Okay? So now I'm going in here to notch, and I'm just going to put in, I'm going to notch it to 40, 0 through 40. Okay, that's all I've done to the machine now. I didn't change anything else. Now listen to this. You hear that? That's all I've done to the machine. Same kind of sweep speed, same call position. I'm going to move it around a little bit. You hear that? That's speed 2. Alright? Now I'm going right back in here and I'm going to take the notch out of this machine. Notch is off. We're sweeping it again. 5 tone. Listen. You clearly hear 2 tones, a higher and a lower. And you hear a fuller tone, okay? I'm going to put the notch back in it. Now, I'm not putting a whole lot of notch in this machine. I guess what I'll do is I'll even drive the notch up a little higher. Let's see if that makes a difference. There's 70, 0 through 70 notch. Let's see what happens here. You hear that? So you could miss that dime right there with this machine based on this test right here running notch. And what I'll do here, I'll lift this board up here, show you what I've got here. It's windy out here. See that fall right there stuck to the bottom? Again, I'll sweep over it with a notch. That's 5 tones. Alright, and I'm going to go right back in here one more time. Verify this. We're taking the notch back out of the machine. You see it there. No tricks in this video, boys. Notch is off. Alright, listen. Now, the thing is, I don't really ever get any ID in the window on a high conductor. But you hear the high tone in the machine, okay? Just thought I'd share this. Alright, in the interest of this video, we're going to put the old Manticore over this now. And I haven't touched it since I swept it with that Deus 2. This is all-terrain high conductors. Default. Ferrous limits. Speed 5. Factory notch in the left-hand window there. I'm going to sweep over this fall. You see it is notched out, disc out. Listen. See what that meter's reading? Now that tone is a little short, but let me go in here and make sure. Yeah, profile is simple. Normal with a simple profile, okay? Speed 5. So I get some signal there. Let's speed this machine up to 6 and see what happens. See that? High conductor ID. Speed 7. Now, speed 3 on that Deus on this right here, boys, is real tough. Let's see what speed 7 does on this with a Manticore. You see that meter? Now, Clyde Down will read about 78 or 9 on this machine. Alright. What about speed 8? So I can hear that dime down there with this machine. It's speed 8. Speed 5 on a Deus, you're not going to hear that dime on that machine, okay? You ain't going to hear it at speed 4. Speed 3 is jassy, boys. I didn't show it. Take my word for it. Okay, let's go back here while we're standing here. Let's back this speed back off to 5. Let's just go in here just for gee whiz right quick. That's 20. Let's come over here. Let's put in a bunch of. That's notched to 59. Let's just see what this machine sounds like. See that there? Maybe you hear that in that camera there. That sounds pretty good, boys and girls, okay? And the ID on this machine is more painting a better picture of that scenario. I guess what I could do, let's go back in here and, since I showed the Deus open screen, let's show this one with no disc. No disc. Let's see what this machine does. And we're in speed 5. How about that? Horseshoe in. Horseshoe out. So the Manticore on that situation there is actually sort of outperforming the Deus 2, okay? All around, okay? You're listening to the audio. But the ID does get better with notch. Let me go back in here and put a little bit of notch back in this machine. There's 5. 0 through 5. That's real good right there, boys and girls. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Okay, you watched that video there. So, you know, makes you wonder about a few things comparing those two detectors, using them in the wild. So I can run the Manticore at a higher speed and get that dime better to come in versus the Deus 2. So I'm having to run the Deus 2 slower on average versus the Manticore. So when we get in the iron and we start talking about unmasking, what happens? What happens if I run the Deus 2 at 2.5 and I run the Manticore at 7? See, the Manticore is doing better here at 7. About the slowest speed, fastest speed you can run on the Deus 2 is about 2.5 on that dive. So you're in the wild, you're using the Deus 2 at 2.5. You can see that dime, but you can see that dime with the Manticore at speed 7. So if we introduce iron into the equation, what happens? Remember, you know, you can only run one set of settings on one detector at any one time. I believe Mr. Dankowski's tried to allude to this because he made a comment about the Manticore is deeper when you hit the open spots even. He's made a comment about the depth. Well, you even start to wonder maybe about some of the iron unmasking. You know, if you're running the Deus at 2.5 and the Manticore at 7, how do they compare? I may show some tests. We might find out something. I hope you enjoyed.